Saturday Real Estate Roundup live with Billy and Glenn. Stay tuned. We're going to tell you the facts, the figures, and the feelings. A rainy day in real estate in DY and the Northern Beaches.
Well, Billy, we've been out in the weather day in, day out. No flooding in DY, unlike in our backdrop there.
Yeah.
But yeah, wet and woolly day today, but good numbers. Let's start off with some open numbers. What was the average, Billy?
Average was about 8 groups, which is pretty impressive for a rainy day. You know what they say, Glenn? The rainy days bring out the best buyers. And for the girls, the frizzy hair.
The frizzy hair, yeah. Look, my hair got a bit wet today too.
But yeah, I think people did give the day to real estate. They couldn't be at the beach and they couldn't be out walking around at the coffee shops, so they came and had a look at some properties.
Yeah,
instead.
look, averaged around 8 groups through most properties. Some groups are up to 20.
Yeah,
but it really, the rain really settled in today. A bit of cold weather brings out the real buyers. Billy, I think you had a few offers today that have been accepted. So
yeah,
a wet day, the offers come.
I thought it was interesting to see that a property, even that's been on the market 4 or 5 weeks, had 9 new faces turn up. So plenty of new buyers.
Which one was that, Billy?
2-bedroom up the road in Delmar Parade. We've been on market.
Yeah, that's right.
We've done the pre-market. We've launched to realestate.com, but really nice to see new faces constantly streaming through. Always positive. Makes the owner confident that we are moving in the right direction.
Yeah, very well said, Billy. A property isn't a banana; it won't go brown after a couple of weeks. You may have to pull one of the 3 levers to get a property sold, which is price, product, or promotion. Price being your pricing strategy. That all it is. Whatever price you start with may not be the price you finish with, but you need a strategy to get buyers into the property, make offers, and then negotiate the best price in the market at that time.
Yeah.
Product is always improving the actual property, and promotion, doing more targeted promotion. There's a little bit of sort of thought into that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So around the grounds, look, it was pretty busy by all today.
Yeah, it was. And I think the, as you said, 16, 20 groups through a luxury home up in Belrose, very impressive numbers. And even the entry-level stuff doing really well as well.
Hi, Stephen. Anthony from Novak.
Yes, we just saw Anthony then. That was pretty good too. And so we go to, what property did you really like this week, Billy? We went out and saw a few on Monday's Fun Day.
Monday Fun Day, we had about 4 or 5 new properties coming on. I think my favourite of the week was, I know you said last week, Bower Street. That would have been, probably one of my favourites. Just an incredible location. That's now up and running. We can actually give you a bit more information on that now. So we've got a landmark property, really. I mean, it's a property that people walk past and know and they remember it. Down on the waterfront in Manly, Bower Street, a mix of commercial and resi.
Yeah, so it's called the Bower. There's a little coffee shop on the corner, and I think there's a knick-knack shop inside it. And it's you can see it when you do the Manly to Shelley Beach walk.
Yeah.
Which is about 800 metres. You depart at Manly Surf Club and end up at the kiosk. I think that's what it's called. I think it's changed its name, Shelley Beach, and right in there, near where the little swimming pool is, down on that walk, you often see there's a sculpture, I think, of a lady there. It's pretty famous.
Looks like you doing yoga, Glenn.
Oh, maybe, Billy. Maybe. I wouldn't have that as a landmark, Billy. I'd have that to scare off demons and monsters. But yeah, it's right down there, and fantastic.
Marine Parade.
Marine Parade, yeah.
Is the address. Yeah.
So, Lisa sold something similar, circa 25 million a year ago now. It was a property above Manly Surf Club, and this is another one. She's got along with one on the harbour. So, you see these sales, in the news or on Sydney Morning Herald domain section, or even in the news.com, and they're often made by Lisa Novak.
Yeah, it's a beautiful listing. So I'm really excited to be launching that one, with the team. And your favourite?
Look, I like some of the apartments we saw this week. I think there's some great value out there for buyers looking to buy.
Yep.
Your one, Billy, you showed us through DY Parade. I think that was a great property. They'll probably be Billy's favourite sale. We'll have a little trumpet solo in a minute. But that was a great property. It was, because it's now sold. So segueing into our next section, my head will probably get smaller in the camera. Billy's will get bigger. Sale of the week, Billy.
Well, that was a pretty special one. I'll come back to that in just a second, but I think Lisa and Anthony had a great result in Lorikeet Avenue, Warriewood. Put a community title house deal together. Now, that was a bit of an interesting one. Purchased around 1.87, I think, just under the 1.89 mark. And I think that represents really good value, because some of the new builds in there, just the land alone is around that 1.8 mark. So good affordable property, beachside suburb, 3 levels, quite unique, great floor plan, definitely going to make a nice family home. Well done to the team.
Yeah, no, really, really good sale, that one. So community title is, we have Torrens title, we have company title, we have strata title. Community title is probably a little bit of strata and a little bit of Torrens. So some parts of the property might be private road leading in. It could be some access.
Yes.
The garbage bins will be on the community title, and then the home is Torrens title. Or it'll be under a community title with a small community levy just to pay for that one service. So don't if you go to a property and you hear the word community title, don't be put off by it. Probably not as stronger home ownership as Torrens title. Torrens title, my home is my castle.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want in it. I can have concrete lines out the front and paint it blue. Strata title, obviously you own inside the walls, and you can do whatever you want inside the walls, as long as what you're doing doesn't affect outside of the walls. So doing bathrooms and kitchens and the like, where waterproofing is involved, there has to be some consultation with strata, and even flooring at times has to be consultation with strata, because the noise travels outside the walls of your property. So fantastic sale, that one.
Yeah, we did have a good result. It was actually a team effort. Glenn, myself, and I feel like the owners were very involved with this one.
Yeah, and the dog Toby.
Toby the dog.
Toby the dog. Toby the wonder dog. He gave us his blessing. He's often nervous around people, but he saw my big sausage fingers, and we got on like a house on fire.
We had a property go under contract with one buyer late last week. Unfortunately, it didn't go through. Owners were nervous. They'd put a deposit down on a plot of land in Perth, and so we had to muster up a second buyer. Got a really good result together. Over the moon for those purchases, and obviously stoked for the vendors as well.
Yeah, and what Billy hasn't said, both of these buyers came off our database with zero cost to our owners. And I do know people say, if everyone doesn't know about the property, then how can you make sure you're getting the very best price? Well, in this one, that was the 4th sale of that floor plan.
Yeah.
Now, just like even identical twins aren't identical. No property's identical. But it's one was higher floor, one had a little bit more north, one had a big courtyard. But when you sort of look through all that, this was a record price twice.
Yeah, it was good result, and those benchmarks you compare to other properties on the market. Upstairs had been on the market for 37 days. That's a really good indication to say that when they closed out with that result, it was the best in the marketplace.
Yeah.
So it's a good benchmark to say, it's it doesn't matter how long your property's been in the market, it's about how long the buyer's been in the market. And we've managed to get a good result there. So very happy.
Yeah, very happy with that one. So that was a very, very good property. Now rentals, they're not as mental as they were before, Billy.
No, they're not, Glenn. And I love you said that. We have been told through the team down the grapevine that the rental marketplace, there's a little bit more stock than there was. That's being reported in the news. Like we always say, if you need help securing a rental, give us a shout. I had some fantastic feedback from a client of ours that's been looking, only had 4 weeks to find a property. Sienna was helping them through the application process of another agent's property. So it wasn't actually for lease with us, but Sienna was on the phone. She's our BDM, or what we call our client service manager for rentals, and she helped them get an application secured.
BDM, business development manager. So she looks after finding new properties for tenants and then placing tenants in those properties. And then we have leasing agents that mainly work on the properties that we already have. So if you were, say, moving overseas, wanted to rent out your property, someone like Sienna would look after it all. She'd coach you on how to get the property ready for market, present it the best way, obtain the highest rent, get the best tenant, what terms of tenancy, so 6 months, 12 months, and then just work through that whole process. Okay.
No worries. Just a good afternoon to one of our live viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, well said. So Sienna, great job there. And I think, whether a property you're looking with us or with someone else, the team's got your back, can help you, coach you through that application process. First-time landlord or first-time tenant, no problem at all.
Okay, so probably people aren't having a barbecue tomorrow, but they might be catching up for Sunday lunch. Roast chicken might be good tomorrow, really. Nice roast chicken with some bacon on top, stuffing, roast vegetables, gravy. My wife, if you're listening, that's dinner, please. But what are they talking about, Billy? Are they still talking about off the plan properties?
Off the plan properties, interest rates. What the buyers were talking about today with me, Glenn, is first home buyer exemptions.
Right. Okay.
People still are getting their head around the price points at which they are, sort of best trying to buy in at. Anything under $800,000, $0 stamp duty. There's a saving there of $31,000. And anything up to $1 million, you get a concessional rate between the 800 to $1 million mark. So what I was explaining to a buyer today was they've been frustrated by not being able to find something under 800. They thought that's where they'd be, capped at with their stamp duty exemptions as a first home buyer. What they didn't realize is that even if they nudge over the 800 mark, say to 850, 900, they've still got a bit of a saving there. So it's back to the drawing board for those guys.
So it's pro rata, 800, no stamp duty, and then stamp duty kicks in on the other 50,000 to 850 in that example. So great saving. Not many times if you're just a salary earner, do you get a tax break, and this is one of the big tax breaks, and you won't get it again. So if you can get that first home buyers grant, make use of it. It's not guaranteed to be here forever.
No, it's not.
There has been periods of time when they have taken it away, but at the moment the government sees it really important. Home ownership, people get into debt, pay down that debt, secure an asset, be less of a burden on the state in their retirement. But it might not be forever, so take advantage of it.
And I think if you haven't inquired on what you need to do to get yourself in a position where if you're eligible, you can take advantage of that, it's only a phone call away to a broker
Yeah, 100%.
or to someone at your bank, and they actually manage all that paperwork for you. So there's 35,000 places a year that you can get one of these spots as a first home buyer, and it's only a phone call away to start that process.
Yeah, look, I had talking about brokers. We will often bring Zach out from Shore. What is it? Shore
Financial.
It's Shore Lending. I was going to say, but it's Shore Financial. I just know him as Zach. Like when you know someone and you're really confident with them, you forget where they work. You just say, "Oh, Zach does all our finance," and it was really great. Busy Open, maybe 14 groups through, and just saying, "Hey, you want to know about interest rates? What's a great rate?" Not spruiking business, just giving out information, but it will come back to him. It will come back to him. So if you come to a Novak Open and you see me and Billy, Zach could be with us. Feel free to chew his ear on interest rates. The reason why too, I recommend him. Not many brokers are getting up around 6 o'clock. We get a breakdown of the week ahead where interest rates will be, where he feels they'll be when the bank meets next, and it changes every week. And it gives us a little bit of confidence when we speak to people about financial matters. We can't really advise you too much. We're not financial advisors, just humble real estate agents running around in the wet.
But it is great insight, and to have that updated weekly, as you said, it's valuable information.
And Billy, you were a first home buyer.
I was. And I think it's nice to be able to talk to someone who's been through that recent. So, between the team, give us a call. We can help.
Yeah, and I can't recommend more highly a broker channel. Relationships with the bank are good, but as someone that's had loans for a long time, the bank will only sharpen their pencil when you say they've got to sharpen it against someone else. So sometimes a broker channel can be some information that you can get a better rate.
Brilliant. That's almost the end of the segment. But before we go, Glenn, what are you doing on the weekend?
Oh, Billy, I'm going to go in my front door in about an hour's time, and I may not leave. It's like this. I may not leave at all tomorrow. I might occupy myself at home. And yourself, Billy?
Well, we've had to change the plans a little bit. You can't go out in the rain, but you can certainly go out in the pub, so we'll probably have a few beveraginos under the dry.
Where are you going? Freshwater pub?
No, we've got a friend's housewarming party, and then maybe into Manly.
Oh, very good, Billy. Very good. Well, don't hang around the taxi rank, Billy.
Nothing good happens after 2, Glenn.
No, after 12, Billy. After 12 bloody o'clock, mate. If you're out at 2, something bad's going to happen. Get in at 12. You got business tomorrow, young man.
Business tomorrow. Sunday Open's back on, and we might be looking like these guys behind us. But the show must go on, so even on a Sunday, give us a call. We're around. Showing 2 2-bedrooms and a 1-bedroom, plus a 4-bedroom.
All right. And off the plan.
Bye.
See
you.